The air was thick with the promise of a Japanese summer. I stood on the platform, ticket in hand, heart fizzing with excitement. Today, I was off to find the real-life towns that inspired Studio Ghibli's magical worlds. My plan: visit 2 enchanting coastal towns, Onomichi and Tomonoura, where time slows and tradition thrives. The local train, a cheerful yellow carriage, promised a slower pace and a chance to see the world outside the window. I settled in, surrounded by quiet chatter and sunlight streaming through the glass. Would I find the steep lanes from Totoro, or a port like Ponyo's? The thought sent a shiver of delight down my spine. This wasn't just sightseeing, it was a quest for a little piece of Ghibli magic. As the train pulled away, I felt the modern world slip behind me. The journey itself was part of the adventure, a chance to embrace the travel, not just the destination. The great Japanese countryside was calling, and I was on my way. The train ride was a journey through a living painting: greens, blues, and the sparkling Seto Inland Sea. Fishing boats bobbed on turquoise water, while lush green mountains rolled by on the other side. Traditional farmhouses peeked from the trees, and rice paddies mirrored the sky. The clickety-clack of the wheels was the soundtrack of adventure. At tiny stations, elderly women boarded, school children bowed, and life moved at a gentle pace. I watched people tending gardens, cycling along the coast, and hanging laundry in the sun. This was the real Japan, a world away from the city's rush. The train wasn't just transport, it was a window into a slower, more connected way of life. The sea, the mountains, and the quiet dignity of the people made every moment memorable. Sometimes the most beautiful things are the simplest. I felt deeply connected to the land as we rolled on. At last, the train pulled into Onomichi Station. Stepping out, I felt I'd entered a Miyazaki dream. Steep hills, narrow alleyways, and stone staircases twisting up the mountainside. Onomichi's maze of sloping streets, glimpses of sea, and sunbathing cats evoked the magic of Ghibli films. The town felt like a character itself, authentic, lived in, and brimming with charm. Everyday life and extraordinary scenery blended seamlessly here. I took a deep breath of sea-scented air and chose a random flight of steps, ready to let this storybook town reveal its secrets. The adventure was truly beginning now. My legs got a workout climbing Onomichi's winding staircases, each turn revealing shrines, flowers, and friendly cats. The higher I climbed, the more spectacular the view. Gray tiled roofs tumbling to the blue sea. At Senkoji Temple, incense drifted on the breeze and the views stretched to distant bridges. After exploring, I headed to the waterfront for Onomichi Ramen, a rich soy-based broth with noodles and pork. It was the perfect reward after my hillside adventure. With energy restored, I hopped a tiny ferry to Mukaishima Island. The 5-minute ride offered a postcard view of the town clinging to the hillside. Seeing Onomichi from the water gave me a new perspective, a sailor's view of centuries past. The ferry ride was simple, joyful, and perfectly captured the spirit of this place. Every moment felt like a scene from a beloved film. Onomichi was pure magic. My next stop was Tomonoura, a port town that felt gently preserved in time. The crescent-shaped harbor, calm and clear, reflected old wooden buildings and bright fishing boats. Fishermen mended nets, children played by the water, and the air was filled with gulls and the lapping sea. Walking Tomonoura's narrow streets was like stepping into Ponyo's world. Merchant houses, tiny shops, and hidden temples everywhere. The town felt like a living museum, but warm and welcoming. The iconic Gyoyato Lighthouse stood at the water's edge, a symbol of maritime history. I sat on the seawall, watching families stroll and boats drift by. The gentle pace and sense of community were enchanting. Tomonoura's magic was subtle but real, a reminder of the beauty and simple, peaceful life by the sea. Here, the spirit of Ghibli was alive in every detail. I understood why storytellers fell in love with this place. It was a world apart. No visit to Tomonoura is complete without tasting its treasures from the sea. I tried the town's famous sea bream. Grilled to perfection, served with rice and pickles, fresh from the morning's catch. Eating it while gazing at the harbor was unforgettable. I sampled chikuwa, a savory grilled fish cake, perfect for wandering the historic streets. For dessert, I found soft-serve green tea ice cream. Creamy, slightly bitter, and wonderfully refreshing. Sitting by the water, ice cream in hand, I savored the moment. These flavors, seafood, ramen, matcha, were the taste of my Ghibli adventure. Food here was more than a meal. It was a connection to the culture and the people. Every bite told a story. Tomonoura's culinary delights were the perfect ending to a magical day. As the sun set, it was time to head back, the countryside glowing gold outside the train window. I returned with new eyes, each landscape now filled with memories and stories. The trip was everything I'd hoped for and more, a journey into the heart of Japan and the spirit of Ghibli. Magic isn't just in films, it's in kindness, quiet harbors, simple meals, and the rhythm of a local train. Onomichi and Tomonoura aren't film sets, but they hold the same spirit, nature, tradition, and small, beautiful moments. I arrived home tired but inspired, memories swirling in my mind. The greatest adventures are often off the beaten path, at a slower, thoughtful pace. If you find yourself in Japan, take a local train, get lost in a small town, and let the magic find you. You don't need to be a Ghibli fan to feel it, just bring a curious heart. A summer train adventure in the Japanese countryside is a journey you'll never forget.